never saw myself as a voice of courage because I hid my truth for 31 years. And throughout all of those 31 years, I had access to the media. I had celebrity, but I also had great shame. I thought it was my fault. So maybe if I had gotten the Voice of the Girl Who Hides from Everybody award, that might have seemed slightly more fitting. But having the opportunity to write High on Arrival and finally being willing after so many years to live my truth, to not be willing to put out yet another sanitized version of my family life, because I always tried to make it seem like some sort of rock and roll fun ride, and really it was a horror show. To be able to stand here in front of you, free from the effects of my past, after so many years of going back to what I knew, which is what we do if we don't speak our truth. What we know is anger turned inward, self-destruction. Most of us incest survivors participate in addiction, alcoholism, self-mutilation, sexually inappropriate behavior, food addiction. I mean, this is no joke, people. We're talking about women and men who are hiding because they're so ashamed of what they believe they caused. I didn't cause my father to rape me, to do drugs with me from the time I was a very young girl, and then to make me into his concubine. I mean, that's not on my shoulders. And when I wrote High on Arrival, I thought, well, I'm not going to, use I'm not going to do research and look for statistics and look for the correct verbiage or whatever you want to call it about incest survivors. I'm just going to come from my truth and tell what happened to me, what happened to me. And I got out there on that stage with Oprah Winfrey, and she worked me. I'm telling you, that woman worked me. And I talked about consensual incest. And I have to say that on social networking sites like Facebook and MySpace, I was schooled. I was schooled by thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people who said, there is no such thing as consensual incest. Consensual implies sound mind and body. The inherent power that a parent has over a child, the authority, and that weird connection, that need for connection. I thought I was complicit in this, honestly. I thought it was, I took a lot of responsibility in my book, and what I've realized now is that maybe I participated, I may have cooperated, but I did not consent. And in those thousands of emails, that's what I was taught. And I'm so glad that I gave the survivor community the opportunity to school my ass. I'm sorry, but I'm not kidding, because through that experience, I have come to own my truth, to settle into my truth, to believe that I am worthy of love and respect and everything that everybody's worthy of. But those of us who have survived incest, we don't believe that. We feel about this big. So the fact that I'm here as a voice of courage and not a voice of the scared chick in the other room really makes me happy. And I recently celebrated my 50th birthday. And thank you. And through this experience, I have lost the closest people to my heart. They have said, she's mentally ill. Mackenzie's mentally ill. Mackenzie's a liar. Mackenzie's jealous of her more beautiful sisters. Mackenzie's had a needle in her arm for 35 years. these are people who raised me and loved me, and a young sister that I basically raised myself. And what I've found is that there is a beautiful thing, and I'd like to call it family of choice. Because most of us who speak our truth and use our voice do not end up being held close by our family of origin. You end up with your family of choice. And part of my family of choice has now become D2L. I have been, and my dear friend Angela Shelton, I'm so honored to be here because I finally live in the truth, and I'm able to finally walk free. So God bless you all. Have a great night. Let's dance later. Thank you all. Thank you, D2L. Thank you, Angela.